Today we'll be working on a 1997 Chevy Venture van. We're going to install CURT part number 13344. Here are a couple measurements that will help you when selecting accessories for your trailer hitch, such as a cargo carrier, bike rack, or drawbar. From center of hitch pin hole to your outermost point of your bumper is 5 1/4 inches. From the top of your hitch tube to the ground is 9 1/2 inches. Now let's go ahead and start our installation. Before we can install our hitch, we're going to need to remove this exhaust bracket on the passenger side and this rear compressor bracket and wiring on the driver's side. Once we have them removed, we'll go ahead and put our new hitch into place, and it'll be a template because we're actually going to drill out a few holes for our new receiver to be fastened. And now that we've got the fasteners undone, we're just going to set this compressor off to the side so that it gives us access to the frame. Okay, now before we put our hitch into place, what I just want to do is take a little lubricant and hit the existing weld nuts in the frame, and then I'm going to test fit the new hardware. As you can see, that threads in nicely, so there'll be no problem installing our new hitch. I'm going to repeat that same process on the passenger side. Okay, now that we've got our holes prepped, what we're going to do is put our hitch into place. Using the existing weld nuts, hold the hitch into place, and then we'll drill out holes for additional attachment points. We're on the driver's side. I need to drill out a 1/2 inch hole for the rearmost point attachment. This is the one that's closest to the bumper. What I'm going to do is actually do it in a two-part process. I'll drill a pilot hole, and then I'll drill a 1/2 inch hole for our new 1/2 inch bolt. Here on the passenger side, the holes we're going to drill out will be the forwardmost hole in your hitch and the rearmost hole in your hitch. These will get drilled out, again, just like on the driver's side, in a two-part process. I'm going to drill out a smaller pilot hole and then a larger hole, which will be our 1/2 inch hole for our bolt. Now what you need to do is install our hardware for our forwardmost hole that we just drilled out. Gone ahead and taken my fish wire and routed it through our hole and back out the access point. I'm going to go ahead and slip on my block and then thread on my 1/2 inch carriage bolt. And we're just going to feed them up through our access point and pull them down through the hole we drilled out. I can go ahead and get my flange nut and thread it on there. For our rearmost hole that we drilled out, we're going to use these handle nuts. We're actually going to feed them down through the frame over where we drilled out. Once you get your handle nut in place, you're going to take your bolt and conical tooth washer. The teeth of the washer will face the hitch. And again, I'm just going finger tight for right now. As you can see here, our compressor bracket only has one bolt hole. We're going to need two to reinstall it with the hitch. So what we're going to do now is that we've got all of our holes drilled out, we're going to loosen up the passenger side without removing them. Take all bolts out of the driver's side, lower the hitch, reinstall our compressor, drill out our hole, then remove the compressor again, reinstall our hitch and compressor at the same time. Now we've loosely got our hitch back into place, we can go ahead and drill out our hole for our bracket. I'm going to go ahead and drill my pilot hole, and we'll drill our 1/2 inch hole. Now that we've got our compressor bracket drilled out, what I've done is just finger tightened one of my weld nut bolts back into place to hold my hitch up, while I go ahead and put my 1/2 inch bolt on my handle nut to hold the hitch in place while we install the bracket. Right now we're just snugging down on the driver's side so that I can remove all of the hardware and get our bracket in place for our compressor. Now we can go ahead and put our compressor bracket back in place. Okay, now we've got all of our hardware and fasteners in permanent position on the driver's side. I'm going to go back over to the passenger side so we can torque everything down. We are going to remove the center two fasteners so we can reinstall our exhaust bracket. Now that we've got everything finger tight, I'm just going to run through, snug everything up, and then we're going to torque the specifications. And that completes the installation of CURT Part number 13344.